Hi students, welcome back. We are going to talk about buttons and switches now. So before we discuss them, we should know what are those and what is the difference between a button and switch. A switch is a binary device which can give you stable on or off positions. These positions can be achieved by sliding from one position to another or by switching from one position to another. They will give you a stable condition whether it will be always on or always off. On the other hand, a button is also a binary device, but it will give you momentary on or off position. That means they are always in one of the conditions, by default off, and when you press them you can get on position till the moment you keep them pressed. So buttons are for momentary purpose, switches are for permanent switching of the position. Electrical symbols, when we use buttons, there are a lot of variation in physical as well as in the symbols. SPST means single pole single throw. So there is one pole and you can keep it on and off. There is DPST, dual pole single throw. That means there are two poles but they will be thrown together in a single throw. Push buttons, which is normally open, and if you push it, it will be a closed circuit. SPST toggle, it is normally closed and when you toggle it, the circuit will open. DPDT, dual pole dual throw. There are two poles and you can control them independently. Push button, which is normally closed, and if you push it, the circuit will be open. SPDT, then there can be SPST joystick. These are all different kind of switches and buttons, and we have a very interesting rotatory selector switch also, where we can select more than one inputs which will be connecting to our output pin. So how do we handle different switches and buttons in our circuits? Let us connect a few of them and test using Tinkercad. So here I have taken a few switches and buttons from the library. You can search them if you are not finding it in the default set. So here are slider switch, here are DIP switch with 2, 4 and 6 switches at a time also, and you can search for buttons also. There is push button here, fine. So now what is this circuit doing? I have a 9-volt battery connected minus and positive, and I have connected this minus and plus on both sides. Now this is our first, this is slider switch. In this you can toggle it from this position to this position. Now look, here are 3 pins, terminal 1, terminal 2. Terminal 1 will be connected to one of the input which you want to send. Terminal 2 will be connected to another input which you want to send. So one of them will go to the common terminal. So now if I keep it this side or this side, the common terminal will be connected to either terminal 1 or terminal 2. So terminal 1 is connected to 5 volt, terminal 2 is connected to ground. That means this LED whose cathode is connected to ground, either it will get 0 or 5 volt here if I switch this slider switch. Let us see. So right now it is on, that means we are connected towards here. If I switch it by pressing it, now it has gone to the other side. Now ground is connected, LED is not forward biased. I switch it back and LED is on. So this is how the slider switch works. Next that we have is a push button. In this there are 4 terminals. Terminal 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B. The connection will be made diagonally. Okay, now look carefully. Here also I have the same LED. Negative is connected to cathode, positive is connected to this terminal 2B. And what am I providing at 2B? I am saying that when I press this push button, the diagonal connection will connect it here and it will be connected to 5 volts, so the LED should be on. So let us try that. When I start the simulation, this LED is not on. If I press this button and I release it, so for the moment I keep it pressed, the LED is on. If I release it, LED is off again. This is how push button works. They will give you momentary status for on or off. Here I have one more slider button. In this, you can actually control more than two devices or more than two terminal at a time. So here, this is 1A, 2A, both are connected to 5 volt, and 1B and 2B, they are going to the LEDs. So if I slide this switch, both LEDs will be on or off together. So there are more options with 4 and 6 switches also, sliders also. You can use them in real life also. We get a lot of such switches and you can use them as per your requirement. So I hope you learned a lot in this module on electronic devices. We have a module test coming up. Take the test and then we will continue our journey of learning Arduino circuits. Thank you.